I know you've been asked like a billion times to say this, but can you say this world should be made of love and peace?
Wait, don't say it yet.
This world is made of love and peace! That's really fun.
He says it at home a lot, you know. We were at lunch and he just blurts it out, you know. I mean, I don't know. I said, Johnny, you got to do what you got to do, buddy. You know.
You know, it's funny because I sign a lot of correspondence, Love and Peace, and I forgot where that came from. It's because I love that show so much. That's very funny. Yeah.
He's lying like a dog, you know.
I swear. Ask Trina. Who's next?
Is that it?
We're very rare. If you go online, you can see us in our natural habitat. I hope you approve.
Jeez.
Oh, you weren't talking just to me. Oh, did I put that in front of you, Johnny? I'm sorry.
Did you have a question?
Yes.
Oh. Did you have a question?
I have a question.
Go for it.
What was your parents' response when you called home and told hey mom I'm a voice actor?
Did they know what a voice actor was?
My parents still don't know what it is. My dad, when I told him that I was going to be a voice actor, said that I better get a second job because that's not a real one. And they still say that. Even now, they still say that. And my dad was a doctor and he thought that I should have some academic career. Yeah, it still doesn't go over well with them. I tell them I go to conventions all over the world and they say, well, that's nice. Are you making money at it?
Did you get the Beamer I sent you, Dad? You know, says, yes, I'm making money. Makes a lot of money. What was the question?
I hope I answered it. Did I hear that right? Yeah, okay. The question was, yes, when you had to call home and tell mom and dad that you're going to be a voice actor, what was their response?
Oh my God. I'm on a timer. Well, you know, I never really did make that announcement, but I did make an announcement that I was going to be an actor. And so my father said, well, you've been acting a fool all your life, you might as well get paid for it.
That's awesome. You know, I really didn't say anything because I didn't really. I was kind of thrown into everything. To me, it was just like I just wanted to act, and whatever I can get into was cool. And so it was just like I started doing it, and I was like, oh, hey, Dad, I'm in this thing. And he's like, what is it? And then he found out it was a cartoon. He's like, okay. And he just kind of, they just support. They're just like, okay, well, I'll buy it and watch it. So, yeah, so that's what they do. They just buy them and watch them. And some of them, they're like, that was pretty good. And some they're like, yeah, we didn't watch the rest of it.
You're really lucky. You know, when I first started doing on-camera stuff, you know, I'd have a role that was about that big. And, like I'd be on an hour-long TV show, and about 50 minutes into the show, I would show up for like 30 seconds. And so finally my father said, I called him, I said, hey, I'm going to be on, I don't know what it was, MacGyver or something. He says, okay, that's great. He said, now, do I have to watch that damn show for an hour to see you for 5 seconds? I said, well, yeah. All right, I'll watch the damn thing.
You had a question? Do you have a question?
What was the hardest role you've ever had before?
Hardest role.
Well, for me, I'll go while you guys are thinking. I can't really put a name on it, but when you watch, or you know, you play the video games, or you watch an anime show, and you have the monsters, the growling, and there's some shows I don't even remember now, but doing basically the unnamed monsters. For 3 or 4 hours of growling. That's really hard stuff. The roles that we played where we're just talking, I mean, that's That's a piece of cake because we do have that growling thing going on, and it's like I kind of avoid them now. I'm not. I let the younger people do it now. It's going to be 3 hours of growling. I don't think I'm going to do that.
I don't know. I would say kind of the same thing. Anytime there's a game, it's like sometimes you don't know like what you're getting into, and then you go and then you show up and it's like, oh, you're going to be like a monster that growls or a gargoyle or whatever that's just like screaming the whole time. And you're like, oh, that's great, thanks, that's cool. It would have been nice to know ahead of time, but you know, those are always harder, definitely, because then you can't do anything afterwards. Like I was doing Eureka 7, I was playing a young kid's voice, and then before that I had a game that was like all screaming, and I showed up to, you know, do the kid's voice, and I was like, there's no way, it's not going to happen, because I could just whisper. That was it. So, and I'm not going to name, the games were cool, but I'm not going to say which games are. Because then it'd be like, you know, bad.
Yeah, they hurt. The screaming really hurts. I do a lot of that too. I do a lot of military games and monster type things, and screaming for 3 or 4 hours. It's almost like when I come out of there, I feel like I've been through that battle. I feel like I've been an orc, or I've been some crazy creature or some soldier that's been in the heat of battle getting blasted for 4 hours straight. And I come home and everything hurts. I don't know about you guys, but I'm very, very physical in the booth, and so it's actually painful. So when it sounds painful in the games, it usually is. And I think in anime, I haven't done a whole lot of anime where I really had to scream too much, but I did a show called Scried a while ago, and that show I was dreading. I love the character, and I love a lot of things about the show, but the screaming was really painful. It was really hard. But like they're saying, if it's acting and it's a challenging acting role, that's what we wait for. That's what we really hope for. We want something we can really sink our teeth into, and especially if it's something that's uncomfortable we haven't done before. At least for me, I like trying out different things. It's fun.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Do we get recognized by our voices? Do you guys?
Looking now.
It happened to me like once. Like I was at Blockbuster and I was like, I don't know what I said. I was like, this, please, or whatever. And she's like, are you Vash from Trigun? And I was like, are you kidding me? No, like serious. And I was like, but that was like the only time ever.
It happened to me in an anime store, you know. It's, you know, but it did. I don't know if you know, on Ventura Boulevard, west of Van Nuys, is a nice place there. And I went in, and it was early on in the series, so I asked, I wanted to get it for somebody, and he immediately says, "No way! And you're jet black." And I said, "Yeah," and it was like. He said, "Hold on," and he'd call all the people out from the back of the store, and then he called one of his buddies. Hold on a second. He called one of his buddies on the phone. "Would you say hello to Red?" "Is this Spike?" "Oh no, who is this?" You know. So, but yeah, it's pretty rare that happens.
Yeah, it's pretty uncommon. It's actually kind of fun to come to these things because we feel like rock stars for a few days, and then we go back to our lives back home where nobody knows us. But every once in a while it does happen. It happened to me in a pet store a couple of weeks ago. It was pretty cool, and I got some free pet food. It was, she gave me her store discount. It was really cool.
Where was that?
It was at Petco in Woodland Hills.
Okay, can I?
PetSmart.
If I use PetSmart.
PetSmart.
Can I use your name? Would I get some?
She got fired.
Oh, she got.
Yeah, it doesn't happen very often. Every now and then at the grocery store. And now that I'm doing more mainstream stuff. With anime, I think that people may have recognized it at some points because I see weird looks on people's faces sometimes when I talk in certain places, but they don't really say anything. And now that I'm doing more mainstream animation, people are a little bolder and they'll come up and say stuff, but usually grocery store, anime stores, places like that.
Well, if they're younger children watching some of your stuff too, right? I mean,
Yeah.
some of them. And so that the parents might be privy to that, so if people see you, I don't know, with
Yeah, actually,
Spider-Man or...
the only time I've been busted by young kids is when I'm buying toys of my own characters.